Hi, I am Britt Reints from InPursuitOfHappiness.net, and today I want to talk to you about courage and the connection that it has to happiness. So there are two things that I think are really important to happiness, long-term happiness, and the first one is being able to find happiness when it's hard. You know, being able to choose or seek out being happier in the dark days. The second thing is personal growth, being able to kind of create this atmosphere of growth in yourself. And courage helps us with both of those elements. I recently had an experience that made it very clear how important courage is in the pursuit of happiness. My husband and I were kind of bickering like married people do, and we were in one of those standoffs, you know, where he was off in his corner being mad and I was off in my corner being mad, and we were both just not giving in. And in my corner, you know, I was feeling very sorry for myself and stressed and overwhelmed and all of those things. But the worst part of it is that I was really lonely. That isolation for me is always the hardest part. I realized that my best shot of happiness was to muster up the courage to go to my husband and say, I really need you to see me. So that's really the kind of courage that I'm talking about when I say that we need courage to have happiness. It's the courage to make those uncomfortable choices in the name of happiness. That might be the courage to ask somebody to come into the cave with you. It might be the courage to apologize to somebody who you've wronged. It might be the courage to ask somebody why they're upset with you, even though you know that's going to be an awkward, painful, just situation. Those seemingly little and insignificant moments of courage are really some of the toughest choices that we make, and the ones that ultimately have just such tremendous potential to lead us to all kinds of happiness. I know that in my own happiness journey, there's always a wall of some kind when I get close to a new level of happiness. And I know I'm going to have to use my courage superpower to make it through that wall. I reach that wall and I can choose to just stay where I'm at and kind of stagnate, or I can choose to push through with courage. And those are pretty much my two options. So how do we choose courage then when we hit that wall? I think that I have identified two things that you can do to be more courageous. And the first one is to decide that you're going to choose courage when the opportunity comes up. About a year ago, I wrote a mission statement, and part of that mission statement was acknowledging that bravery was important to me. And I made the decision to live courageously whenever I could. So that making that decision was the first step. The second thing you can do is recognize that wall when you hit it. You know, recognize the crossroads or the choice whenever you come upon it. Being able to recognize, oh, okay, so here I am, and I have the choice between the brave thing or the safe thing. Makes it a lot easier to sort of dig deep and say, use my courage, use my courage, use my courage. It's still hard. I mean, nothing erases that fear. There's no getting around it. But knowing that you're doing it for a purpose and being able to willfully choose your courage, takes you through that fire. So those are the two things that I think are really the most important things that I can offer. The two sort of lessons, I guess, I can offer. So today I want to challenge you to do those two things. To, number one, decide that you're going to be a more courageous person when the opportunity comes up, and number two, to look for those opportunities in your daily life. And like I said, be aware that they're usually small things. You'll notice them because you'll be really uncomfortable. It's probably something that will make you nauseous, at least initially. So yay for courage! So that's it. I hope that this helps you in some way, and I would love to hear your thoughts. Questions, comments, your own experiences. Talk to me, Goose, in the comments. Thanks. Have a good day.